Hey, it's Jazz, and this is Wildlife Matters. Today we have a spider again. So this is not the first time we are having spiders on our channel because we actually did an episode a while back talking about why people are afraid of spiders. But for this video, we have a special guest spider yet again. And instead of talking about fear, we are going to talk about the common misconceptions about spiders. Because spiders, like a lot of other species, are wildly misunderstood. And that is why we are going to release a series of episodes called Wildly Misunderstood, wherein we tackle a lot of different species that are often misrepresented and have a lot of misconceptions around them, so that we can debunk those myths and talk about what the truths are regarding those species. And for today's episode, our topic is spiders. So what are spiders? Well, spiders are arthropods. Arthropods are a kind of invertebrate animal that have an exoskeleton, a segmented body, and joint appendages. The term arthropod actually comes from the word for jointed foot in Greek. So if the animal has an exoskeleton and joints between its feet and its body, then chances are that creature is an arthropod. So there are many different kinds of arthropods. We have insects such as ants, dragonflies, and bees. Myriapod, which is a term that means many feet, which include centipedes and millipedes, and even crustaceans such as crabs, lobsters, and shrimp. Spiders are arachnids, but not all arachnids are spiders, because another example of an arachnid that is not a spider is scorpions. There are many misconceptions people have about spiders, such as a thinking that they are insects. But compared to insects, spiders have more legs and different body parts, and they also don't move around the same way that insects do. Probably the most defining characteristic that spiders have that people know them for is for their ability to create webs, which they use to catch their prey, which are usually insects. In the world, there are around 40,000 species of spiders, and not all spiders create webs. Some spiders do, and some spiders don't. In fact, not all spiders live on a strictly insect-based diet. Some spiders are known to eat animals such as birds, like the Goliath tarantula, which is the largest species of spider. Spiders come in all shapes and sizes. Some spiders are big, some spiders are small. The smallest one is a patodigua, or however you pronounce that, and it's around 1 millimeter long. So in our society, spiders have a fair share of #haters because a lot of them are misunderstood, just like many animals are. And that's why, like I said, we are coming up with a series of episodes called Wildly Misunderstood so that we can address those misconceptions. But before we move on, I just want to ask you guys to please subscribe to our channel, like our Facebook pages, join the Wildlife Matters community on Facebook, and follow us everywhere. So what are the common misconceptions people have about spiders? Number one is that spider venom can kill you. While all spiders are venomous, not all kinds of spider venom can potentially kill humans. In fact, there are only a few spiders with venom that can potentially cause death to human beings. The way that people think about spiders is highly overrated, which brings me to my next point, which is number two, that spiders are aggressive. A lot of the spider species that can be potentially dangerous to humans actually exhibit docile behavior. For example, the black widow spider, which are known to be potentially harmful to humans. But for scientists and just regular people who've encountered them, they say that black widows are known to exhibit very shy and unaggressive behavior. In fact, spiders in general are afraid of humans and will always want to run away from them. That is, unless you give them a reason to feel threatened and you corner them and they have no other choice but to defend themselves. But trust me, that is a last option. The last thing these guys want is to encounter a human. Many spiders are even experts at camouflaging themselves because they would rather hide, whether it be from potential threats like humans or bigger creatures, or even their own actual prey. Which brings me to point number three, which is spiders want to bite you. Now, this is pretty much related to the point about spiders being aggressive. But the reason I want to stress this out to you guys is because you may be thinking about creatures like mosquitoes, mites, and ticks that purposely bite human beings. But you have to consider that for those species, for those insects, human blood is really a part of their diet. And for spiders, such is not the case. Like I said, spiders feed on insects, and their diets have nothing to do with humans. When they look at us humans, they don't see a scrumptious meal like mosquitoes do. They just see a scary creature that they want to run away from. And point number 4, spiders are bad. So let me start off by saying that animals, like humans, don't have a moral conscience. So it's weird to say that animals are good or bad when it comes to, their own understanding of ethics, but basically they don't get to choose sides. They don't get to choose whether they want to be good or bad. All animals want to do is survive. But pop culture has commonly portrayed them as aggressive beings that bring bad luck or eat their mates and lay eggs in the cheeks of little girls. But one interesting fact that you should know about them, about spider behavior, is that spiders can be quite the romantic. Species like male fishing spiders and male nursery web spiders gift their potential mates with silk-wrapped presents. And studies have shown that those spiders who gave gifts were allowed to mate 10 times more than spiders who came empty-handed. Talk about a romantic gesture, right? Spiders are also known to be great mothers. Spiders give birth to live young, which are called spiderlings. Some female spiders are known to produce milk for their babies and even sacrifice themselves as food. Some spiders are known to even carry their babies around their backs and take care of them until they're big enough to handle themselves. Trapdoor spider mothers allow their spiderlings to live in the home burrow for 9 months before those babies go out into the world and dig their own homes nearby. And the fact that spiders even exhibit such a behavior is rather heartwarming and not evil looking at all. But if you're asking me whether they're bad for the environment or to have around human beings, well, that brings me to my next point, which is the misconception that spiders are pests. Because a lot of the bugs and insects we're used to seeing are mosquitoes, flies, termites, mites, and cockroaches, which are pests. People tend to associate spiders with them and automatically assume that spiders are pests. But actually, they are quite the opposite. In fact, they are the ones that we need in order to get rid of those pests. Spiders make great pest control because, like I said, pests like insects are their main form of diet. So if you think about it, they are great for the environment because they protect us from destructive creatures. And they're even great for us humans because they can protect us from the disease-spreading ones. Like, for example, did you know that the world's deadliest animal is the mosquito, which is the animal that is responsible for killing the most number of humans by spreading deadly viruses? Number 6, people tend to think that spiders, like vampires, suck the juices out of their prey. People tend to think that spiders, like vampires, suck the blood of their prey items, but that is not true. Spiders can actually digest solid parts of their prey in a very interesting way. So here's how it happens. Spiders will usually bite their prey and then wrap it in silk. After it dies, it starts eating that prey. So the first thing it will do is vomit. Literally vomit, as in puke. So they vomit out a digestive fluid all over that prey. After that, it will chew the prey and the fluid will be swallowed by the spider together with the liquefied version of that prey's meat. So the spider will keep on repeating that process until all that's left of the spider's prey is just the hard, inedible parts. So once it's done eating, all that you'll see is a small ball of inedible leftovers. Number 7, another interesting misconception people have about spiders is the saying that the average person swallows around 8 spiders a year while sleeping, which is really weird. So this started from an urban legend that actually circulated online. It was actually started in the year 1993 when a magazine columnist wrote an article about some bizarre facts in order to prove the point that many people will believe everything they read and see online. And one of those facts were about how people swallow 8 spiders a year while they're asleep. And obviously, She proved her point because many people believed in that. But the chances of that are actually quite low because spiders don't go into your bed at night and try to crawl on you. It's just not what they do, period. Knowing that spiders think of humans as threats, chances are they won't risk their lives doing that by crawling on you while you're asleep, especially on people who are probably snoring really loud at night. Trust me, spiders know better than to put themselves in harm's way by climbing on humans. And they can definitely tell the difference between humans and prey items. Misconception number 8 is that all spiders spin webs. Even though that's what they're famous for, not all species of spiders actually spin webs. Some spiders get their dinner by hiding inside flowers or by hunting. And their silk production isn't limited to webs either. There are actually many different kinds of spider silk and different ways that they use them in order to catch their prey. Okay, number 9. So if you're a spider lover, a lot of people tend to make this common mistake, which is that house spiders should be put outside. So you may be thinking that you're saving a spider's life by bringing it outdoors, but a lot of the times this is more harmful for the spider than it is rescuing it. House spiders don't do well outdoors and can quickly die when you remove them from their natural habitat, which is the indoors. So you're actually doing them more harm than good. And if you're afraid of spiders, you don't have to worry about them because house spiders are mostly harmless and even beneficial. And who knows, maybe your house or your lot was a spider habitat for so many years, even before your family moved into it. Spiders don't rent, they don't have a lease. If you see it inside your house, the best thing that you can do for you and that spider is to just let it be, say hello, and carry on. And finally, number 10, another misunderstanding people have about spider venom is that spider venom is completely, is that spider venom is completely bad for humans. Now, it's worth clarifying that a lot of people, when they think about spider venom, they immediately think about how it can cause death, only a few of them can cause death, and how much danger it can actually be for human beings. But actually, spider venom is being used by scientists to discover many medicinal breakthroughs. Because spider venom can rapidly immobilize their prey by targeting their nervous system, scientists from the University of Queensland is actually using that to discover new painkillers that are non-addictive. Another example is venom from the Fraser Island funnel web spider, which contains a molecule that delays the effects of stroke on the brain. So scientists are studying whether they can use this to come up with a medicine that can be administered by paramedics to protect stroke victims on the way to hospitals. There are many other things that scientists are hoping to use spider venom to treat. For example, for issues like muscular dystrophy, Alzheimer's, and even treating drug-resistant bacteria or erectile dysfunction. Oh, and funnel web spider venom is also being used to create pesticides that is non-harmful to humans or animals. Come on, it doesn't even want to go on me. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. Come on, just show yourself for the camera, please. So you see, there are many things that people wrongly believe about spiders, and spiders aren't as bad as you think they are. In fact, they're not even bad at all. So I hope this video was able to help you out and shed some light on some important things that we ought to know about spiders, about why they are more of our friends than our enemies. And if you're still afraid of spiders, I completely understand. Trust me. But I hope that even if you're afraid of them, you'll learn to understand that these guys are worth protecting and not hating. Because you know, every piece of wildlife matters. Talk about what the truths that I don't know why I'm getting bullied. There's a hair. Oh, there it is. It's that hair. Oh, can you blow my eye? This eye. Just blow it, man. Okay, thanks. So there are many different types of arthropod. Ano ba yan? Ingay na phone ko. Can you get it? Which has venom, which could be dangerous to venomous spider. A lot of the spider species that can with silk wrapped because they are the ones that we need to get rid of those pets. When a columnist for a magazine article wrote when a magazine columnist who wrote about an